Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Tahir Dinsha and you're watching SDTV. Telecom revolution is, I think, it's the mother of revolutions in Pakistan. I still remember the time that we would book a 3-minute call to US or some overseas destination and the whole family would line up to call. Now with the cell phone and applications like WhatsApp and other applications, we call at will, and the data revolution we would hear would become, and all that. Now it's happening in front of our eyes. Now the artificial intelligence has taken up the word with a song. I was listening to a very, astute panel a couple of moments back, and there were very deep investigation and thoughts for the future. But still, I think it's a revolution which is unraveling in real time. So any policy measures and understanding has to be made very simultaneously. We can miss the boat and we can join the boat as well. That is the commerce, that is connectivity, and I think that's a very good future. That revolution happened about 20 years back when 3 or 4 licenses were auctioned for spectrum to 2-3 companies. They bring in GSM licenses and they started working, and everyone would, from that big Parktel thing, became a small device. Now I think another revolution is coming, and people are talking on the Meta and AI and all things. It has its flip side as well, but important thing is how, if you take Pakistan, how the companies who are incumbent are going to prepare themselves for infrastructure and the ground facilities for which they are apt, and they have an advantageous position because they are already there. They have to augment their system and all that. We have today with us Syed Mehdi with us, who handles corporate section of, he's head of the corporate section in Jazz, and he has long experience and sufficient knowledge there where he can answer these difficult questions and help everyone to find a pathway to smooth transition. Sir, very warm welcome.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Thank you very
I'm
much.
good. And how are you, sir?
All good. Thank you very much.
Say something on which I've just said, and we'll as a basic premise to all that, and we just rumble on.
Thank you very much. I think we were in that session earlier,
Yeah.
a few minutes back, and where I very categorically mentioned that we all are talking about future of AI. We should say AI is here. It's present, so there's no future. We are right now experiencing it. And I think going forward, it's new. As Jazz, we are part of the AI journey. And I think we are in a way leading it also. All the new products you see we are coming out with are all AI driven or in the backs of AI. So AI is good, is great. And I think it's, as per our discussion also earlier, it stands on 3 main pillars, which we all know. It's all about people, it's all about the infrastructure, policy, and the product which you come out with. All these have to work in sync together. And when we do work on the policy, the regulatory side, and I think which is right now PTA and the team is on it, they're consulting us, which is great. We're all working together in consultation. So I think it's great for Pakistan. A lot of questions are thrown at us and on the AI, that it's going to have an impact on employment, it's going to have an impact. But I think for any new change, wherever I've seen, even in the last 50 years, forget going further up, a lot of new changes have come in, and where people have feared the computers, the laptops, and everything, technology. But we've always grown, and we've always grown. The nations have grown, the GDP has grown, the new employments have come up. So I think it's nothing to, I think it's something good. We can't stop it. Yes, regulate in a sense. Good regulation, not regulation where you kill something. Regulation, it's something which has national interest, people's interest, and I think it's good to go. So we are using AI, and I think it has helped us in an efficiency with the people. So it's good to have.
Yeah. Last year, the Nobel Prize for Economics was given on a book to the 3 authors and combined, and Why Nations Fail. one of the argument was that globally, because of the reason from Aristotle's time and from Roman, Julius Caesar were Roman, and then Spain and England and all that, these are the elite capture. So we need creative destruction for that. And creative destruction means that old powerhouses go and do you think there would be a massive creative destruction with the introduction of?
Okay, now the term, I would not agree with you in saying a destruction. It's
I mean,
more
he has
disruption.
used it.
It is disruption. Okay, that's disruption. If you were to use, I'm happy with that.
No, Nobel laureate uses it.
Well, all right. So I'll give him the credit, but I think it's a disruption, which is a good disruption. I think.
Disrupt and then again on the pathway. Are you
Okay,
saying?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And we can see as a technology.
What are the area where you see disruption?
Okay, now.
Where old has to go?
You see, simply speaking, I'll give you our example. Jazz. We don't like to call ourselves a digital telecom company. We are a digital company now.
Yeah, obviously.
So our one example which I can quote you is our insurance business. Insurance traditionally, you know how it is. A salesman goes, writes a policy, markets, the whole takes time, takes a lot of. Right now, it's all digital.
Yeah, it is digital.
Lahore to Islamabad, you're coming, there'll be alert on your phone. You want to cover yourself? So these are all just a click and you're on. You're insured, you're covered. Similarly, this is a small product of insurance. There are a lot of other products where life is. So I think, so you can always say there's a job opportunity for somebody who's gone away. But yes, there is. But there's also something which is added value to you, which is something which is. So I think, so it's a path moving forward, moving well. And it is going to be something which the nation, as people, as us, will.
Machine is going to replace human beings in some way, but there would be human being who will again who will harness that machine thing and start using it even in data and machine learning.
Agreed.
What are the area where they think they should have more skills and all that? I'm just asking a tentative question.
You see, machine can take over on anything, but like you said, and I believe that behind all these machines will be the human.
Yeah.
There's one area which machines can never take over: empathy.
Just
so
right.
that is something which you and I can't do much. There'll always be वो क्या कहते हैं वो बिल्ली शेर की खाला है. So we are the billy who will be the khala of the sheep. So I think
दरख्त पे चढ़ना नहीं सिखा रहे.
दरख्त पे चढ़ना, so we'll always be there. We'll always be there, but we'll upskill ourselves with new areas. And many areas which probably we not even are aware of at this point in time.
Yeah, obviously it's a
evolving.
real time learning for you as a
Correct,
market leader.
correct.
How much industry is ready? You're a big company. I interviewed one of the chief executive when the name was different and the person was different, very long, so 20 years ago or something.
In Jazz.
In Mobiling,
Okay.
Zaheer was the person.
Yeah.
Now it is how much your company, because still you are the market leader, how much you are ready, how much the industry is ready, the other three companies.
You see,
through infrastructure and your skill set and marketability and all that.
I'll tell you. There are
and
two
pricing
ways,
and all that.
Two ways of looking at it. One way, when you say how much are you ready, we are ready. We are ready. In a sense, we are already, like I mentioned, we are already developing products. We are already there, going ahead. Others are also, when you look at other telecom companies, they're also not simply GSM telecom company. They're also evolving. They're also into Fintech. They're also, so we are growing.
They're doing footwork.
Well, somebody already in it and somebody planning to go in it. But the thing is, I think, like I said earlier, regulation. Obviously, when you say regulation, for me, taxation is very important. So that needs to be addressed. Things need to be made relatively simpler and accessible to people. And so I think these are the small fixes which required hand-holding by the regulator. And I think we are, as industry, we are excited. We are already in it, and we can go really fast forward.
Yeah. One last question before I'll ask you to comment on something which is for the benefit of everyone. You know, we know that in the 4-day war, Pakistan used AI. And we also know that the 42 satellite system that is called BIDU is the new GSM. All that weapons are taking GSM coordinate from them. And that is one of the reasons that the other cannot disrupt. I mean, if the AI, and it is going to be weaponized, we need some regulation. So the internet would be splinternet. So what are the ramifications, especially on those who are just doing commerce and the
You see,
end
you
user?
connected, you connected commerce with defense. So I think
Not
that
a sense, that is reality.
No, that's fine. But what I'm saying, this is an answer I am not able to probably give you.
But regulation, do you think it's gonna, because it will define the word. For example, the Google, on the splinternet side, the Google will be with the global north and the Bidu would be with the south. So north-south divide is gonna kick in. And typically, because of very obvious reasons, because of the 80 years of continuous Bretton Woods sort of thing, we are aligned with the technology comes from Norway and Sweden and all these, Ericsson and all those companies was coming from Europe and North America, obviously.
No, not anymore.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Once upon a time. So that's an interesting question with an interesting jawab. As you can see, even technologies have changed.
Yeah, they're coming from south.
They're coming from south, so things change, which is fine. And now with the technology, with the mindset, with the development, I think things change very rapidly. So I think going back to your question, which I'm not to avoid, I think regulation is there, but some particular points, I'm not sure how we'll handle it. But otherwise, I think on a national level, on people front and consumer front, I think we are ready, and the regulator is also working on it. So I think best wishes to all of us, and Pakistan sees a bright future. And I'm confident that Pakistan are very bright people.
Anything which you want to say, you think is a feather in the plume, as far as your company,
You see,
the brightest feather.
I'll tell you. Artificial intelligence, which I mentioned earlier, is really not artificial.
Yeah.
And we use a term called the augmented intelligence. And that's what it is.
Yeah. I agree.
So
Calculator was in some way.
So, so I'll not take away.
Steering was in some way.
I will not take away the credit from my group CEO who coined this term.
Okay.
As augmented. He never uses artificial intelligence. He says this is augmented intelligence. And that's the more I think about that, he's right.
It's a very human phase.
It's a very so I think from my bit, it is real. It is happening. It is going. And we should not be worried. We should not be worried. We are
it's an opportunity.
No, we are a very bright nation. We are very bright people, and it's just the opportunity, the platform we get, we will conquer. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much for, sparing time to come over and looking for. I think it should be a continuous.
It should be a dialogue.
For the education of at least consumers who are worried and do all the thing. So you just 20 years ago, I was convinced that future of technology is telecom. Still, I am convinced that telecom is the infrastructure and all this. You built upon that. That augmented reality, and one of my cousin came from the US. So the medical colleges are teaching, instead of dissecting the dead bodies, augmented reality. And the augmented reality is, through computer, we all know. So I think it's a good future. Pakistan was front runner in these technologies in the region. And I think, that's my personal hunch, that we have human resource which is trained and has the leadership. They can still maintain that lead, which was one. And the pathway, as you have just heard the expert, they're exploring and demarking and putting a lining on that in real time for guidance. It's a continuous revolution. With this, we come to the end of the program. I'll ask you to keep watching our program and come visit this conference, which is taking place from 4th to 7th of November in a very beautiful and picturesque campus of Allama Iqbal Open University in Islamabad. The weather is very beautiful, ideal for any, tourist who come from anywhere in the world. So come visit, and I promise you it would be a treasure trove of knowledge as well. People are discussing things at the cutting edge. Market leaders and the leaders in their own terms are giving, which they are looking forward to publish in dissertations and books. through elite global institutions. So with this, we come to the end of the program.